Well, good afternoon. It is Sunday, July the 23rd. I just come back from service, and 10 o'clock service was really great. Kim was leading the children and singing some of the songs from VBS, and we updated the congregation on the news about the 19 children giving their hearts to Jesus and the phenomenal amount of money that was raised during that week. God is truly awesome and abundant. It was a great service. PK's sermon was very touching. We're going to go straight into the King James Bible, the book of Acts, chapter 24. And if you remember, we left Paul. He was in Caesarea, and he was under the protection of Felix. So here we go. Chapter 24, verse 1. And after 5 days, Ananias the high priest descended with the elders, and with a certain orator named Tertullus, who informed the governor against Paul. And when he was called forth, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying, Seeing that by thee we enjoy great quietness, and that very worthy deeds are done unto this nation by thy providence, we accept it always, and in all places, most noble Felix, with all thankfulness. Notwithstanding, that I be not further tedious unto thee, I pray that thou wouldest hear us of thy clemency a few words. For we have found this man a pestilent fellow, and a mover of sedition among all Jews throughout the world, and a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes, who also have gone about to profane the temple, whom we took and would have judged according to our law. But the chief captain, Lysias, came upon us, and with great violence took him away out of our hands, commanding his accusers to come unto thee, by examining of who thyself mayest take knowledge of all these things, whereof we accuse him. And the Jews also ascended, saying that these things were so. Then Paul, after that the governor had beckoned unto him to speak, answered, Forasmuch as I know that thou hast been of many years a judge unto this nation, I do the more cheerfully answer for myself. Because that thou mayest understand that there are yet but 12 days since I went up to Jerusalem for to worship. And they neither found me in the temple disputing with any man, neither raising up the people, neither in the synagogues nor in the city. Neither can they prove the things whereof they now accuse me. But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the God of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets, and of hope toward God, which they themselves also allow, that there shall be a resurrection of the dead, both of the just and unjust. And herein do I exercise myself, to have always a conscience void of offense toward God and toward men. Now after many years I came to bring alms to my nation and offerings, whereupon certain Jews from Asia found me purified in the temple, neither with multitude nor with tumult, who ought to have been here before thee, and object if they had aught against me. Or else let these same say here, if they have found any evil doing in me while I stood before the council. Except it be for this one voice that I cried standing among them, touching the resurrection of the dead, I am called in question by you this day. And when Felix heard these things, having the more perfect knowledge of that way, he deferred them, and said, When Lysias the chief captain shall come down, I will know the uttermost of your matter. And he commanded a centurion to keep Paul, and to let him have liberty, and that he should forbid none of his acquaintance to minister or come to him. And after certain days, when Felix came with his wife Drusilla, which was a Jewess, he sent for Paul, and heard him concerning the faith in Christ. And as he reasoned of righteousness, temperance and judgment to come. Felix trembled and answered, Go thy way, for this time, when I have a convenient season, I will call for thee. He hoped also that money should have been given him of Paul, that he might loose him. Wherefore he sent for him the oftener, and communed with him. But after 2 years, Porcius Festus came into Felix's room, and Felix, willing to show the Jews a pleasure, left Paul bound. Wow. So Paul's tied up for a couple of years in Caesarea, awaiting a decision. It's strange how far people will go to perjure themselves. Credible people, Ananias, the high priest, and the elders were willing to lie, to commit perjury, to exaggerate. That still goes on today, doesn't it? We're seeing it in the government today. We see it often all around us. We may even be guilty of it ourselves sometimes. But this was a crucial matter, and they couldn't just rely upon their laws, they couldn't rely upon their traditions. They had to actually manufacture evidence and exaggerate and lie. And that's what will happen. But you know, in the end, it's the truth that will set us free. It's the truth that will ultimately set Paul free, as we'll find out later. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. It's not a bad day out there. A little cloudy but warm. It's a gorgeous day. I'll speak to you later. Bye for now.